103.3 WPKY with Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk this morning. It's 8:06. And of course, we have, actually, Kathy Wallace is here. And Jeff Sims is here.
That's right.
We already have a full day right there.
We've got some great guests, great visits coming in, and looking forward to finding out what's going on with Highland Baptist Church. Kathy's going to be here, and of course, Jeff Sims has updates on all kinds of stuff going on here in the community.
I would love to jump right in on that right this second, because she has one of my favorite things that happen every year that my kids are involved in every single year for several years, and I absolutely love it. So, but I'm gonna
keep them in suspense.
I'm gonna be patient for just a moment because we gotta change gears for just a second. We're going to go into your full weather forecast and get you caught up on everything, and then we'll be right back with Coffee Talk. 8:07 with Tess and Ty on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, grab the umbrella, keep it with you all day long. 80% chance literally till this afternoon, actually late afternoon into the evening. The high near 83. Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 64. Tomorrow, sunshine, high near 86. On Wednesday, chance of showers. Thunderstorms are possible after lunchtime. Mostly sunny otherwise with a high near 85. Rain chances actually slim down as the week goes on, with highs sticking in the mid to upper 80s. It's 68 at 8:07, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Treasures Remembered. Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Cooling Our Community is an event that we do with PAX every single year with WPKY. Make sure that you drop off a fan to the WPKY studios at your earliest convenience. Of course, this gets taken to all the elderly in our area that qualify and need that. PAX, of course, serves 9 counties in our community, and they are more than willing to help. If you need information, give us a call at WPKY or at WPKYonline.com.
It's officially summer. Nothing tastes better than summer peaches, and you can get yours. Box of peaches from the Caldwell County High School football team, just $26. See any player or coach for fresh peaches.
Of course, the Caldwell County Democratic Women's Club will meet at Poly Ice this evening at 5:15, and everyone is invited to attend.
First Baptist Church Clothing Room will be open the fourth Tuesday of every month, 8:30 to 10:30. Next opening is this coming Tuesday, the 25th. That is tomorrow. There'll be a large selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Please use the Cave Street entrance door. First Baptist Church, located at 300 West Main Street in Princeton.
Join Nani's Place and Chico's for a charity fashion show with door prizes, shopping, sangria, appetizers, and more. June 27th at 5:30. Grand River Senior Center, 155 West Cumberland Street in Grand Rivers. Tickets are $25 and benefit Nani's Place, giving women and families a safe place.
If you thought about changing careers or doing something great for your community, emergency medical technician class, the last day of the class at Caldwell County EMS building, Thursday the 27th. It's from 5 to 9. Check it out.
Get ready for Barn Bash featuring Quiva, Blaine Howard, and special guest Cassidy Knight. Friday, June 28th, 7 p.m. at Western Kentucky State Fair in the Convention Center. Doors opened at 6:30 with showtime at 6:45. The concert is free with your paid gate admission and includes door prizes, surprises throughout the night. Donations received during the concert will benefit Pennyroyal Hospice, living to the fullest.
And don't forget to Big Hearts Farms Vacation Bible School, Unity Baptist Church in Fredonia, June 26th to the 28th, 6 to 8:30. Transportation available. For more information, 350-6957. Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source. Black Hawk Fireworks in Cadiz and Princeton. This is Ty Englebright. Want the biggest, baddest fireworks available in Kentucky and Indiana? You want Black Hawk Fireworks. Come see me Friday, June 28th at the Old Pizza Hut in Princeton. 5-inch American Super Shells and popular Neon Super Shells, they are back. Adult Snap, M70s, and great deals. Buy one, get up to 4 free for the biggest, baddest fireworks allowed by law at Black Hawk Fireworks. Come see me Friday, June 28th, 3 to 5 at the old Pizza Hut in Princeton. Get more info at blackhawkfireworks.com.
Trice Hughes has over 120 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Of course, at Trice Hughes, if they don't have what you're looking for, they can find it. With an updated website, their special software system, they can show your pictures of the vehicle you're looking for. Order a Carfax report or anything else you'd like to know about the vehicle before you buy it. You don't have to get a big surprise afterwards. Just call Trice Hughes at 270-896-0753. Talk to any of the salesmen. I think you should really ask about this Jeep that I keep staring at. Today would be a gorgeous day to get that thing out on the road. Tell them what you're looking for, and they're going to help you. If you're looking for a new car, or truck, SUV, the process is all the same. You don't have to fill out a different paperwork for each and separate vehicle. Give them a call, 270-896-0753, and they will get it for you. Trice Hughes wants your business, so give Trice a try. TriceHughesGM.com. Visit the dealership on Highway 91 North in Princeton.
Life is filled with moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
I was driving in my car and I smelled a number 5 with fries. Hadn't stopped for lunch, made me realize it was just my ride. No. But with the new Febreze car, I got it under control. Now they come in light or bold. Choose how you roll. Febreze car, roll with me and breathe. Happy Febreze, la 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 la.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
1580 103.3 WPKY. We're hitting Coffee Talk with Tess and Ty at 8:13. Miss Kathy Wallace from Highland Baptist. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing fine.
Well, I hope you took a nap because you got a lot going on.
Yes, we do.
You're going to need a lot more naps for This is good sleeping weather, though, to when I think it's good sleeping weather.
Yeah, I think so too. I slept almost all day yesterday with the sinus infection. So.
Oh, I'm going to try it out this afternoon. What do you want to bet? I'm going to see if it is. What all do you have going on? The Walk of Love. I've heard a lot about, but why don't you let us know, your take on it and what's going on?
Well, on July the 13th, we have several area churches that will be going to Nashville to do the Walk of Love. Just to kind of give you a little bit of background history on how we got connected to Elijah's Heart, which is a nonprofit organization. We watched the movie Unconditional on Netflix about 1.5 years or so ago, and it depicts the life of Joe Bradford and how he became to be known as Papa Joe. And we invited him to our youth rally, and he came. He's a wonderful, kind-hearted, God-filled, loving man, and it's just ensued a friendship. And so we have churches here locally on Wednesday nights that come to Joseph's Storage Bin and work, and Bobby does a devotion with them, and then we go to our church at 6:30, and we were talking to them about doing the Walk of Love in Nashville on July the 13th, and they were all excited about it. So Bobby called Papa Joe, and he said, "Bobby, you're not going to believe this. I just wrote down on this piece of paper, Bobby Wallace, Western Kentucky Churches." So that was a God thing.
Oh.
So we're going to go on July the 13th. We're going to leave Princeton around 9:30, and we will go and get there about 12:45 because we're going to stop for lunch on the way. And at 1 o'clock, we will pack 400 sacks of groceries and deliver them to the Napier community in the little apartment complexes there. And that's one of the programs that Elijah's Heart does.
Boy, when God wants you to do something,
yeah,
get out of the way.
Right, exactly. But Elijah's Heart is a nonprofit organization whose purpose is to show love to underprivileged children and their families, to assist them with practical needs, and to raise awareness about their desperate situations to inspire others to act.
And now that's where these packages are going, correct?
Correct, yes. And this is part of what they do. They do other things, but one of their things they do is the Walk of Love. And Papa Joe and his wife Denise, several years ago, went to visit a single mother who had 6 children, and noticed that there was no toilet paper in the bathroom, and there was a yellow page book, and there was several sheets torn out of it, and that's what they were using for toilet paper. And so, that just really touched their heart, and they're, in our world today, in our country, that shouldn't be happening. And so he does what he can to help these poverty-stricken communities.
Well, and I'll tell you, what I love about a lot of those things is that's the kind of needs that most people don't think about.
Right.
And those needs are there. We think, oh, well, it's, what is a bar of soap, $1? Yeah, but there are a lot of people out there, more than what you think, that dollar, every dollar, they have to think about, what will that feed my children with? And if they've got to go between a bar of soap or a thing of toilet paper and food, the choice there is a no-brainer.
Right. And, we're going to go and we're going to serve and we're just going to show love to the people that we deliver these food packages to. One other thing that we're doing, if anyone in the community wants to help with it, is we are going to be taking prepaid cards for them to use for gas cards, for other things that they may need. Just to kind of help their foundation out a little bit. So,
well, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. One of the churches that's going with us, their Vacation Bible School offering is going to purchase those prepaid cards for us to take. So it's a way for those to teach the kids too.
I have heard that there's more than one church doing that this year. There's several churches in the area that are doing that. So that's fantastic.
So it's going to be a wonderful day. Did you have a question?
Well, I was going to say, how can we get, if they want to help with the gas card thing, how can we get that to you all?
Absolutely. They can get that to me, and my phone number is 270-871-8597. They can call me, leave me a message if I don't answer the phone, and we'll get hooked up some way to get those from them. And I guarantee you that money will go for good. It's not just going where it's not going to be spent on the actual people. It will be spent on those people. One of the other things that they do is they have a weekly food truck event. And on Saturdays, they meet at 10:30. They receive a truckload of fresh food and set up kind of like a free grocery store, and they can come and shop and get what they need. It doesn't cost them anything. They have a literacy program where they're teaching the children how to read the Bible, read books. They help them with their homework. I mean, there's just so much that they do. And if you want more information on them, it's elijahsheart.com. And there's actually a video on there of them doing the Walk of Love.
Somebody else that was in the other day was mentioning Papa Joe, and I can't remember who it was, but do you know much about, of course, you mentioned Elijah's Heart, Papa Joe's story, but they have ministries down there. That
was Unity, by the way.
It may have been Unity that was talking about that, but they have, I know Nashville is full of ministries, but I think Papa Joe's name has come up before for a lot of the ministry work through Elijah's Heart that they do down there. As far, are you taking those bags? Are those going to be pre-made here, or
no,
down there?
When we get there, they have everything for us, and we will pack the bags when we get there. Yes, they have all the food and the supplies, and that's what we'll do is we'll pack and then deliver.
Well, I love this. It is a great ministry. And as I said a minute ago, this is a busy lady. And now she has got something else that I am so excited about. This is local right here in Caldwell. So hang on just a second. We're going to change gears. And when we come back, we're going to tell you about what I cannot wait to tell everybody that I've been wanting to spit out for 20 minutes. I finally get to 8:20 with Tess and Ty on 103.3 WPKY.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors & More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors & More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile, carpet, window treatments, and more. Brands like Mannington, Shaw, Tarkett, Beaulieu, and Flexitech. Quality brands, excellent customer service, combined with 40 years experience is why they say you can walk on our reputation. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors & More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at HancocksNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cadiz.
Are you struggling to afford health care or prescriptions? Let Health First help you. Whether you're insured, uninsured, or underinsured, you will still be cared for at Health First Community Health Center. We offer financial and prescription assistance to all those that qualify, which is based on income and household size. Contact our office for more information at 365-9455. Walk-ins are welcome. 1100 South Jefferson Street, Princeton. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
Hey guys, Heidi with Capitol Cinemas, your local Princeton movie theater with your weekday lineup. Cinema 1, Toy Story 4, rated G, running time 1 hour and 45 minutes, shows Monday through Thursday at 5 and 7:30. In Cinema 2, Secret Life of Pets 2, rated PG, running time 1 hour and 35 minutes, shows Monday and Tuesday only at 5 and 7:30. Secret Life of Pets 2 ends Tuesday. Starting in Cinema 2, Wednesday, Annabelle Comes Home, rated R, running time 1 hour and 50 minutes, shows Wednesday and Thursday at 5 and 7:30. And in Cinema 3, Men in Black International, PG-13, running time 2 hours, shows Monday through Thursday at 5 and 7:30. This week's free movie, June 29th, Secret Life of Pets 1. Doors open at 10, movies start at 10:30. This week's Saturday free morning movie star sponsors are Princeton Electric Plant Board, Dr. David French, Princeton Drug, Jill Giordano, Precision Body Works, Goodwin Insurance, Perry's Floors and More, Sheriff Stan Hudson, Optimist Club, Dr. Mike Littlejohn, Morgan's Funeral Home, Massage Therapy, and McDonald's of Princeton, Marion, and Eddyville. Call during showtime hours at 270-365-0200 or visit us at capitalcinemas.net. Thanks for listening. See you at the show.
Well, if you haven't been to Kay's Kitchen, what are you waiting on? They've got anything from breakfast to plate lunches, and they're different every single day of the week. Their desserts, you will go back for more. If you ever get one piece of pie, it's not going to be enough. The plates, if you're interested in breakfast, and the plates of pancakes are a huge, huge pancake. It's going to cover the plate. They've got the best biscuits and gravy in town. I personally like the fried tenderloin and eggs. I mean, anything from fried pickles for lunch, they got you covered with down to the burgers that has the juice dripping off your chin. Kay's Kitchen, very easy to find. It's at 501 North Jefferson Street right here in Princeton. Make sure you go over there and tell Miss Kay and them that we said Ty and Tess sent you from WPKY. And, of course, we're live on Coffee Talk this morning with Miss Kathy Wallace. And, of course, this is a part that I've been excited about, and that is the youth rally that you all have going on.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
If people aren't, if you're not familiar with the youth rally, I know the youth rally may sound like it's all just for kids, but that's not true, because this is what I think is neat. Why don't you explain to everybody what that's all about?
Okay, well, we have our this is our 9th year to do it. It's a Youth Challenge Mission Rally. It's going to be held on August the 3rd at Highland Baptist this year. We have different church groups that come, and we send them out to do mission projects in the community. It's not all youth. Some churches bring more adults than they do young people. Some say, well, I only have one youth. That's fine. They have two hands. We can put them to work or group them with another group. Last year we had 19 churches in attendance, and we completed 22 projects. We built 3 wheelchair ramps, power washed houses, cleaned out flower beds, had free car washes. We gave out about 75 backpacks full of school supplies to the children in the community. And it's just all day. It's a very hard day because it's going to be hot and they're going to be working hard. But they will leave. They arrive to the church at 7:30. We start at 8 o'clock with the opening celebration. At 8:30, we commission them out to their site, which they are aware of ahead of time so that they can prepare for it and know what they need to complete that project. And then they work and come back about 1 o'clock for lunch, and then we're at the church the rest of the day. We're going to have guest speaker, Brother Mike Morris. Our band this year is from Dust to Nations. We'll have youth talent time, and at the end of the day, we have mega relay and a water slide, which we're not at Walnut Grove this year, so we don't have our big hill you were talking about earlier. But we are going to have a water slide. We will have a water slide. It's wet, and the kids will like it. So it's just a blessed day, and it's a way to teach our children here locally in our community to get out and to serve others.
Well, I will tell you, there's a couple of things. Number one, these kids are going to have fun. If you're an adult and you go, you're going to have fun. You're going to get a blessing out of it. You're going to feel better, but you're just going to have such a good time. You're going to forget that this is actually work.
Right.
But the people that actually in our neighborhood, it's not just the elderly. We've also got children that need the help as well.
Right.
And it's, people that can't do that for themselves. And that's what these, this whole community of adults and children and youth are getting together to do. And I love that because that's mission work right here at home. And that's, the people that need it right here at home. Now, are you guys all booked up? Or are you still taking, if somebody says, hey, my next door neighbor or my mom or my uncle, they need help. Is it?
Well, what I need from the community right now is to be my eyes and ears, because people are out there that I don't know about that might need a wheelchair ramp. They might need their flower beds cleaned out, their trees trimmed, or just whatever. And so I need people to be my eyes and ears. I'm on the hunt for missions right now. So if they have something, they can contact me at 270-871-8597. I can't promise that we'll do a project. It might be more than what we can equip to be handled to do that day, but we will come and look at it and assess it, and if it's at all possible, we will do it. I have seen projects in the past that I did not think these groups could complete, and they did.
Well, one year I think my kids have gone for the last several years, and I will tell you, you're talking about a diverse. Now, one of mine is getting ready to turn 16. So we'll say that, between 13 and 16, my girl is. Mm-hmm. And Abigail has loved it every single year. And then CJ's a little bit younger on the teenage scale, but he's loved it as well. Last year they built a fence and fixed a gate and all kinds of things. So, be creative. If somebody needs something, you don't know what this means to people.
Right.
Just to have a helping hand.
Don't not submit it because you think there's no way they can do it, because if it is possible, we will try. We have done fundraising this year so that we could try to have the funds we need to build a ramp or whatever we need to do. But, there was one year that I drove past a house like 3 times trying to find it because she needed her yard cleaned up. It was grown up bad. And I finally found the house in the midst of all of this growth. And I thought, well, we'll do what we can.
All right.
I got there about 2.5 hours later, and my knees hit the sidewalk, and I started bawling because I saw a house, and they cleaned it all up, and they never complained. One time, I think they hauled off like 5 or 8 trailer loads full of brush and stuff that they had cleaned out of her yard, and so stuff like that blesses those people, but it blesses me too, and it teaches our kids to work and to help others.
9 years.
9 years.
How did this come about?
Well, it was just laid on Bobby's heart to do something to teach our kids to be out in the community and serve others. So he said, let's do it. So we did. The first year, I think we had maybe 2, maybe 3 churches, probably 45 in attendance. And every year it has grown. And like last year, we had close to 300 in attendance.
Wow.
So, and I feel like it's going to be bigger this year. Highland is a smaller church. Excuse me, I need to get a drink. Highland is a smaller church, but we're going to set a tent up across the road and have it there.
Well, and, other than just the kids, now I want to, reiterate there, we do need adults as well to be a part of this. We need those people to bring the hammers and to show some of the kids maybe what to do.
Right.
And
we were very fortunate at Walnut Grove. We had several of the men that stepped up and would help us with the wheelchair ramps. And we're smaller, again, at Highland, but I know there are men there that will help in any way that they can. But if there's anybody out in the community that just wants to volunteer that day that does construction type stuff, we'll send you with a group.
And you don't have to be Baptist to do it, right?
No, absolutely not. This is not a Baptist thing.
Taking all comers.
That's right.
And we've served Caldwell, Lyon, and Crittenden counties. It's not just Princeton, and so we have a church that comes from Greenville, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
They've been the past 2 years. I think this will be their 3rd year. So, it's out there for them to come. The deadline to register is June the 30th, but I've never turned a church away. But it gives me an idea of how many missions I need to plan for.
Well, and again, you have activities throughout the day. This isn't
Correct.
just you fix the gate, you paint the wall, you go home. That's
right.
It's all day, and they're going to have a good time.
Right, and like I said, they come back, and I don't think I mentioned, but you were talking about your daughter earlier. We do have a youth talent time, so they can get up and show off their talents. And
she ended up singing a cappella. She had no idea that there was a talent anything, and she goes and does it and has a ball. And they say, "You're not going to believe what Abby did today." So they had a ball. They really did, and we appreciate you for helping out in the community like that, because there's a lot of people who just they can't necessarily do for themselves, and this is a great way to do it.
Right, and I'm going to try again this year to do the backpacks and school supplies. I think where we were set up at our free car washes at Food Giant in Eddyville and Food Giant in Princeton, if there were children, we would give them out there. I had one group that went over to one of the apartment complexes and did like a backyard Bible school kind of thing with them and gave out school supplies. So we're going to try to do school supplies. That's one thing I'm going to be buying this year. But right now we just need churches. We need hands and feet to come and to do
Well, now
these
getting
projects.
the word out, that's what we can do for you.
Right,
I can guarantee
absolutely.
it. So give us that number and a good, contact information where to send their applicant. Well, I don't want to say application, but if they're wanting to get help for someone, how do they nominate them?
Okay. Again, my name is Kathy Wallace. My phone number is 270-871-8597. They can contact me, and I will set up a time to come and look at the project that's needing to be done. And then we'll go from there. That we need projects.
Well, thank you so much. We
You're
really
welcome.
do. We appreciate
for having
everything
me.
that you all do. And good luck in Nashville.
Thank you.
At the
We're
Walk
excited.
of Love. Let us know how that all
I
goes.
will.
We're interested in that. Of course, Kathy Wallace, she should have a big S on her chest.
No,
for
I don't think
Superwoman.
so. It's not
telling
just
you.
me. It is a group effort. So I just help to try to organize stuff, but it is not me at all. It's God, first of all. But it's a group effort with everybody.
Well,
so.
thank you so much. In Coffee Talk,
Thank
of
you,
course,
Kathy.
with Tess
You're
and
welcome.
Ty, we appreciate her being here. Stick around. We're going to change gears. Mr. Jeff Sims is up next.
I was driving in my car and I smelled a number 5 with fries. Hadn't stopped for lunch, made me realize it was just my ride. But with the new Febreze car, I got it under control. Now they come in light or bold, choose how you roll. Febreze car, roll with me and breathe happy Febreze, la 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 la.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, equal housing insurer.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Showers and thunderstorms possible all day long. A little bit of a break this afternoon and then right back into them this evening. Grab the umbrella. Keep it in the car. 80% chance of it. Partly cloudy tonight. Low around 64. Tomorrow, sunshine. Sunshine! I cannot say sunshine enough. High around 86 on Wednesday. Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Also after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny. High near 85. Rain chances slimming down as the week goes on with highs sticking in the mid to upper 80s. It's 68 with Tess and Ty on 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Herb Hayes Furniture.
The WKDZ Barn Bash is coming to the Western Kentucky State Fair in Hopkinsville. Friday night at 7 on June 28th at the Convention Center. Make a donation to Pennyroyal Hospice and pick up a free WKDZ Barn Bash shirt.
I've been here 9 years, and when I first got here, our charity care was probably somewhere in the vicinity of about $15,000 a year. That's now up to $60,000 to $70,000 a year, and I think the health insurance mess has a whole lot to do with that. So a lot of folks are falling through the cracks. You've got this group of people who need help, and we turn away no one.
Pennyroyal Hospice serves clients in our 5-county area. Bring the whole family out for a night of free country music at the Western Kentucky State Fair Convention Center. Admission to the WKDZ Barn Bash is free with your paid fair admission. Rising country stars Quiva and Blaine Howard will perform a benefit show for Pennyroyal Hospice.
1580 103.3 WPKY with Tess and Ty on Coffee Talk at 8:35:68. Make sure you take your umbrella with you today. If not, what do they call that time? My mom's got one of those little hat. It's not a hat. It's a rain bonnet.
I call it a rain bonnet. Is what I call it. But
my mom has one of those. Anyway, if you're going to get your hair wet,
I wear
if
one
you don't,
sometimes.
well, that don't. You know, he
Jeff
plays
doesn't need one.
Mine's retired.
I don't think you have to worry about getting your hair messed
Jeff
up.
Retired
there,
his
Jeff.
rain bonnet.
That's right.
I don't know.
It's nice. He just carries a chamois around.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get that good shine.
Turtle wax.
Going. So what do you got going on? We had a busy weekend, didn't we? Yesterday was
Jeff Sims, Magistrate, Caldwell County.
Since I talked to you guys last week, Friday and yesterday was quite eventful, but we are so blessed countywide with the amount of damage that we had. It could have been much worse, counties on either side. And at one point we had a tornado warning storm on the northern end of Caldwell County and the southern. So it was a pretty eventful evening yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the weather radio, because I've got one of the weather radios in my house, but the weather radio and then the storm all happened at the same time. Everything just went off all at the same time. I think the lights, the storm, the sirens, everything went all at once.
Yeah, and it's, those events are troubling to say the least and worrisome for a lot of folks, but for government officials, they are necessary in the fact that it gives us an opportunity to test kind of our emergency procedures and how things flow. And like yesterday, one takeaway I had was I'm going to carry some cones in the back of my truck from now on, because I was one person trying to, out on 139 South, we had 4 large trees across 139 South, a tree with a power line on 514. So you're trying to stop people in every direction, and, emergency and first responders are doing their thing. And so it's, you learn stuff every time. So the coordination with Lisa, she did a great job at the 911 emergency center at Central Dispatch, helping to patch us through to the electric providers, and they did a great job. As of this morning, we had no outages countywide across the 4 providers, KU Energy, Penarol Rural Electric, and Princeton Electric Plant Board. So
I will tell you, those chainsaws, one of those big trees come down on 1119 there, and of course Farmersville. We were out in Farmersville proper and part of Crestwell there for quite a while, and they were out there in the pouring rain with those chainsaws going and fixing the electric lines and that sort of thing. And I will tell you, not only does that take some guts, I mean, that is brave to get out and fix something like an electric line in the middle of the rain, let alone chainsaws and trees coming down. I mean, that was not easy, and we sure do appreciate those folks.
Big time appreciation. Our emergency responders were busy all evening. As soon as that thing came through, there were fires, there were power outages, and we're really blessed here in this county to have fine emergency personnel that are right on it and are taking care of business when it goes down.
Well, you talk about the emergency services, the neighbors were doing it for one another as well.
Sure.
I mean, the neighbors were out almost immediately going from house to house or checking on their neighbors. Some of them were supposed to have been at church, and maybe like Donaldson actually lost power there in Farmersville. So there were certain churches that had to close down. But you're talking about neighbors really taking care of neighbors out there, too.
On 139, that's a state highway, and there was a young man out there with a tractor and a chainsaw almost immediately, and he cleared the 4 trees almost single-handedly. And then, because the state goes in every direction as well as the county. So that private partnership we have with our agricultural community and the tractors and the dozers and the backhoes and stuff, I mean, it is just, you really get to see what the community's made of in those times of need. So
what I love about it, what I try to remind everybody of is, during those times when you get behind that tractor and maybe you're running a little bit late and you're like, oh, come on, tick-tock, tick-tock. You know what? Those are the first people that show up, though, with those same tractors to get you out of trouble when there's snow and ice and problems, trees. And so you need to remember that. We need to thank a farmer today, will you?
Absolutely. So a great response. Overall, we were fortunate in the amount of damage, but all those folks did an outstanding job. And it allows us to test our systems, for something that could be more serious. So.
And the good thing is we live in an era now where, used to be when we get warnings issued, it was mainly, happening right then or tornadoes potentially on the ground. Now we have extra time because we
Sure.
have radar alerted warnings and everything now. They look at the radar and they kind of see that. So it gives everybody just a little bit extra time.
Absolutely, and that's critical to get, some of these places, they did indeed need to get to their safe area. And so the more time you have to do that, the better. Especially with the lakes, people take for granted our proximity to the lakes, and these people are out on boats, they're having a great day, and you're down there at Moores. There was a lot of people down there in Marshall County that were on their boat in the dock when all that came peeling off. And if you hadn't seen those pictures, it reminds you of why it's so important to have emergency management and emergency first responders on duty and on standby.
Well, when you mentioned about getting to your safe place, we actually, the courthouse here right here in downtown Princeton, now that opened up, and I know there was a church in Fredonia that opened up. There are safe havens in and around our community, and if you live in an area where maybe you don't have a basement, maybe you don't have a really safe place to go, is there a way that they can find out, where is my nearest safe place?
And that's a great thing that came out of yesterday. That was something that, Larry went and opened the courthouse ahead of that warning. And our need now is to figure out the best way to communicate that out. I know Tom broke in on WKDZ.
Yeah, we had great weather coverage.
Did great
yesterday,
coverage.
yeah.
He did a great job, and your all's team covering these events. But that's something that Joey McCaslin and the emergency management team, judges, and Mayor Young will definitely be discussing is what kind of network do we need to establish for.
And I think everybody needs this code red.
Absolutely.
If you got it on a smartphone, it's the way to go.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Hey, it doesn't get any cheaper than free,
Can't
right?
be free.
Yeah,
well,
that's a big thing, I think, because if there's a storm warning, if there's an Amber Alert, if there's really any kind of a boil water advisory or anything like that, most of the time it's on there.
Well, look, we're in the middle of summer, too. Now it's when the heat index is going to go up, and unfortunately, that's also when the sun is going to heat everything up, and that means that the storms start rolling in as well.
Yep. So the other benefit of that is to figure out when we have long-term outages, power outages, the elderly, when it's so humid and hot outside, how we deal with that. So there are discussions and things that we need to undertake to make sure we've got all those bases covered.
Well, you know what? If nothing else, get with your neighbors, get with some of the people that you know. Do a roll call. We did that in our little neighborhood last night. We were like, hey, Farmersville, roll call, let's go.
Check in.
And, we all did. And that was, you got power up your way, what's going on? And I think that's really neat and important, because not only does it create a sense of community, and I love that, and I love a strong neighborhood, but that keeps each other safe. And especially during the ice storm, a lot of people were checking on each other, checking on their neighbors, and I think that's wonderful. But that's something we need to get in the habit of doing.
They say it was a 100-year event, so hopefully I won't have to go through that again.
No, once was enough for me. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I still have some nightmares about that.
Well,
kudos to everybody with the response yesterday.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to check on our weather here for just a second. And, of course, if you look out your window right now, if you're anywhere near Princeton, I bet you see exactly what's going on. Buckets and buckets. They call it cats and dogs, I think. But we're going to check in with our full weather forecast here, and we're going to change gears with Mr. Jeff Sims here in just a second.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, showers and possibly a thunderstorm before noon, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Shouldn't be as widespread, more of a scattered version, high around 83. Partly cloudy tonight, low around 64. Tomorrow, sunshine, high near 86. Wednesday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms possible after lunchtime, mostly sunny, high near 85. Rain chances slimming down as the week goes on, with highs sticking in the mid to upper 80s. It's 8:44 and 68 at 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the Joshua Tree.
Fredonia Valley Bank would like you to be ready for the dog days of summer. With the onset of heat and humidity, you might like to invest in a pool and deck or update and install air conditioning for your home. Come talk to the friendly loan officers at Fredonia Valley Bank and ask them about financing your summer projects. They're always willing to listen and help you towards your goals, whether it be summer projects or summer toys. Fredonia Valley Bank would like to assist you with your financing needs. Visit us at 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, or 226 Commerce Street, Eddyville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
1580 103.3 WPKY in the studio on Coffee Talk with Mr. Jeff Sims.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
You trying to stay dry this morning?
I feel like Eeyore. It's been raining for weeks, it feels like.
Oh, come on. Winnie the Pooh would tell him that the sun will come up, and it will tomorrow. We're going to have some sunshine, right?
Maybe.
You never know. So on this, what else you got going on? This
All
intersection.
Right. So first thing I want to do before I forget is kudos to James Knoll, the Water Department, their coordination with Maple Avenue. What a huge thing that was to get that street paved. It is immaculately done and very well done. Got some much needed infrastructure out of that in the city and the 4th District. So great appreciation to Princeton Water and Wastewater for coordinating that. So it's back open, running full blast. Everybody's loving it. Now that leaves our intersection here at Casey's, probably the highest complaint that we get in the county and maybe even the city, is how rough that is. And the underneath of that track section is just eroded and it's just gone. So pretty much when you run over it, you run over tracks and the rubber mat. So that project has been pushed out by the state of Kentucky and Lafarge because of a funding mechanism. And these are the kind of things that when we talk about pension, these are the kind of things that sometimes get interrupted by those budgeting discussions. New fiscal year starts July 1st. So it's going to be sometime in July when that project starts, is the latest update we've got from the state. And it must be completed before school starts because of the size of the interruption. And it will be a week-long project. So as I said, we've been trying to update the citizens regularly for 3 months probably at least. This project has been delayed until after July the 1st. That's what we know right now. So we're communicating. I know CODA and the city and the county as well is communicating with all our industries up and down 62 West and logistics companies, and because the size of the interruption is going to be.
Have they decided the detour routes yet from ways coming in?
I think most of the commercial traffic's going to reroute around 69 through 24. It's going to be a bit out of the way for them, but that's the best route. I think when you start talking about the road out toward the high school and the name Watson Road, you're getting pretty tight for bigger commercial traffic. So I think that's probably how they'll handle some of it. Some of it can use the existing truck routes down 139, but it's going to be a complex few days for a lot of folks. So that's something that we'll keep updating on as we get updates.
Is confidence high that they can get it done in a week as long as the weather holds out?
Yes.
Okay.
And, right now that's that's the magic word right now in paving across the county and the state. Work out on I-24 between Princeton and Cadiz, the concrete resectioning, which is much needed. This weather has wreaked a lot of havoc with those projects.
What does the rain do to the road? If we get a whole lot of rain and then we get a whole lot of heat and that sort of thing, does that do anything to the pavement? I mean, is it?
In the summertime, it's not as bad on the pavement as in the winter because of the freeze and thaw cycle. But what we do have is we have increased logging operations. We have increased ag operations, and as these secondary roads, especially the chip and seal, as they get saturated, they don't do as well under those weights. So you'll have areas that soften up once that ground saturation occurs. A lot of the trees across the road at 139 were in an area where it has been standing water for months and months and months. So there's just that wind came through. There was nothing to hold those trees up. The summertime is problematic in that way, just due to the rain. But it also is when the asphalt plants are running, and we must get all the work done because there's certain temperature ranges that must be applied.
Well, I've actually seen on the website for the city where you can actually report a pothole
or something,
right there on the website, right?
Yes, that's right.
I was talking to Mayor Young the other day, and I said, I really love that because I had just kind of happened upon it, and I thought, well, hey, how about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Well,
and congratulations to the city for that allocation for their budget for next year. They are applying more than has probably been applied in history to remediate some of the potholes and streets in Princeton. So they are taking a lot of foresight in that.
That's fantastic. So. And, of course, a lot of cities folks are resorting to taking potting soil and flowers and putting them in potholes just to kind of help the city recognize that, hey, we need an issue here. We haven't seen that here yet, so that's a good thing. So kudos to them as well for getting that done. And speaking of that, the fiscal court is getting ready to find out state funding for discretionary roads. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow at our fiscal court meeting at 9 a.m., the Department of Rural and Secondary Roads will be in attendance, and they'll be informing us of our awards. So hopefully we have Judge Carling has put in a record number of requests for secondary road spending through this discretionary process. So there are several buckets that road funds come out of, and the discretionary is up to state. You submit, they evaluate, and then they come back and say this one is worthy of the funds. So
cross your fingers, cross your toes.
That's right. That's right.
Say your prayers.
Yeah. So, this is really the first year that I think we've been under the budget or the pension umbrella or the pension shadow as much as we are. And so we're very anxious to see. Although in counties that border us and counties in our region, we are seeing awards being made. So we are confident and hopeful that some of those projects will get approved. And then our next step is we're going to resubmit the other ones.
How are they prioritized across the county and put on this list?
We all meet with Wendell Lane, our road supervisor, Judge Carling, and the magistrates, and we go through a list per district, and then we prioritize them. It's a little different. It's not like if I go out to Jeff Boone's district and I see a road that's just in disarray and my roads are relatively stable, we're going to reallocate any kind of funds or help the other residents in any way we can. That's not always been the case, but that's how we like to.
Everybody kind of working together and see where those needs are,
yes.
And say, you know what, I'm in pretty good shape over here. Let's see if we can allocate.
Yeah, if I can patch or do a small section this year and then reallocate for next year and allow a bigger project to get done at another place in the county, then that'll come back around.
Because really in your role as a magistrate, you always hear it's really about roads, isn't it? I mean, it's all about the roads. I mean, there's other things that come into play, but I think the majority of issues, problems, requests deals with roads.
Yep. Roads, and the umbrella, the jail, the ambulance service, so the fire service, there's a lot to it, but roads are commonly, that is what is associated with magistrates.
What are you finding most rewarding? You're a new magistrate, and this is something you've wanted to do for a long time, serving our community. What have you found thus far most rewarding about what you're doing here in the community?
When I get out and I interact with people in the district or the county or be on programs like this or on Facebook, and people appreciate the communication. That is one thing that I wanted to bring that I thought was an opportunity. And, you guys are in the communication business, so you know how much work that takes. But I think people genuinely appreciate knowing what's going on in the county. So it makes appearing on shows like this and through Facebook and other social media, it makes it very worthwhile.
Well, it makes them feel like they have a voice, like they're heard.
Sure.
Everybody wants to be heard.
Yeah, yesterday I posted, if you've got an outage, if you got a tree across the road, call my cell phone number.
Jeff's got two phones.
I have two phones, a trash phone and a magistrate phone.
It's the bat phone.
I love
it's like the bat phone.
And they ring quite a bit sometimes.
I might have been one of those people that was texting him yesterday.
Yeah, you do have another role as you work for the trash company.
Yep.
And you've got some news about that as well.
Yeah, we just, I hope that the community sees that we're making progress with the trash service. WCA is taking over. And they approached me about helping them out, having somebody local, a local voice. And, I think we're making progress. A couple of things that the citizens can help us with are making sure that the cans are out with the front of the can facing the street, because that's automated, and then not having anything blocking it. So not within an inch of your mailbox, or don't have a car parked between you and the trash can. Between us and the trash can. So there's a few simple things regarding that. We're taking work orders for can replacement, can repair, wheels broken, lids. Been switching a lot of those out, and we're still doing so. So if you need to need a replacement, you can call our office at 270-365-6200, and we'll get that done. We do have 2 new sidearm trucks running. They're doing a great job, and then we have 4 more coming over the next 6 months to this site that will improve our residential pickup as well as our commercial.
During storms, I mean, that you're going to be inundated with some trash, I would imagine, because there were some things tore up. You've got, yard waste. You've got some broken trash cans, I'm quite sure. I've seen multiple in the middle of the road. So especially out our way, they were everywhere. Yeah, they're evidently like a giant sail. But, what is there a method to all of it? When somebody's got extra things like this, when the storm comes through, what is that? It won't all fit in the trash can. Some of it's not made to fit in a trash can. So what do we do now?
It's a great question. So we pick up, because of safety concerns, we use that arm and we restrict the driver's ability to get out. So within the city, I don't know what their plan is. I don't think there was a level of damage that would necessitate a special pickup. But 2 things that apply to that. One is everything that you want to throw in the trash needs to be in the can, or you can bring it out to the transfer station, load it up on a trailer or your truck and bring it out and dump it that way. The other option now that is new for the county that is being publicized this year is if you are a WCA customer, you should have gotten in the mail in the last month 2 coupons for free dumps at the transfer station. So those have gone out in the mail. You'll have those 2 coupons. You've got to show your driver's license to use those. But we have seen quite a bit of usage of those, and that was negotiated by, I was not involved in that, of course, for conflict of interest, but Jeff Boone and Larry Curling are that committee, and they negotiated that and activated that in the contract this year.
That's fantastic.
That's a fact of life. You got to have it,
Do we see? I know the transfer station has been closed on Saturday, and of course, sometimes it's a little inconvenient for some of us to get there during the week. Do you foresee any openings on Saturday at the transfer station every now and then, or we just got to try to get there during the week?
I think right now it's during the week, and that's primarily due to staffing. Our drivers run about 55 hours a week, as well as our staff. They run 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday. So it's and that is DOT regulated. Don't know about the Saturday, Sunday operations. That's something that probably or could be in the works for later, but right now I don't know of anything.
So is there a set hours?
7:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday.
Okay, and then again, all they need is their driver's license when they come out there.
The driver's license and the coupon.
Okay.
They must be a current customer of WCA.
Okay.
And just to give you a perspective of that, if you live in the county and you don't have trash service, it's $20 a month.
Oh, there you go.
So it's pretty reasonable. And the thing about trash service that I'll touch on, because people ask about rates and my rates increased or this or that, a lot of that is the legacy cost behind the regulations now. Of course, we transfer to Princeton. Our landfill is in Mayfield. Once we take possession of that trash, it is WCA's for life, in perpetuity. So the retention, the regulations about the disposal and the retention, the methane regulation, the line basin of that wastewater, and
the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all yours.
That's right. That's right. So those regulations are just like any industry, and they cost to comply with. So
Annie taught us a new word this morning, by the way. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Say it again, Jeff.
I don't know what it was.
What was it? Impropertuity?
Perpetuity, yeah.
There we go.
Perpetuity, forever.
There's you a word for a Monday morning.
Yeah,
I have not had enough coffee for that word.
kind of like when I said shuttlecock earlier.
There you
never
go.
heard of badminton.
I don't know. I've heard of badminton.
Yeah.
I didn't know. A birdie. That's what we always call
a birdie.
them.
It's a birdie. Yeah, it could be that.
I hit a birdie.
But what I want to also do, and I've done before and I'd like to do again, is if you do have a problem that you're not getting resolution, if you've called our office, if you've elevated, you feel like you've done all you can do, I don't want you to get frustrated, I'd appreciate you just give me a call. 270-963-1968. That's my cell phone number.
I love that.
Yeah.
When a guy said, you know what, if you got a problem, give me a call.
That's what he does. So thank you
Yeah,
for your
my
service.
pleasure.
We sure appreciate you in
county.
all aspects.
Sure.
I appreciate it. I love this place, and it's a honor to serve it in both roles.
Well, thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
being here,
coming
Jeff.
in. You guys come and give us an update on that on the roads and the construction and that sort of thing when we.
We will be in contact as soon as we get a date. And then I'll also, I'm sure Audrey will be there tomorrow to cover what the state is.
At the fiscal court meeting, yes.
I hope they just give us tons of money.
Give us all of it.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Fingers and toes, people, and prayers said.
Jeff Sims, Magistrate. Here in the
Thank
county.
you so much once
Thank you,
again.
guys.
9
Thank
o'clock
you.
here with Tess and Ty. And, of course, Audrey's going to be up in just a little bit. She's going to be giving you your full weather and your full news and get you caught up on all things in the region. And I will say there's a lot of it between the storm damage and, all of the things that have gone on this weekend. It's full plate news-wise.
Full plate news-wise, and want to remind folks about fan faves on yoursportsedge.com. Go on and vote for fall, spring, and winter sports and Sports Mom. It's up and running, so do that at yoursportsedge.com.
Well, and let's see here. 9:01 and 68. Tess and Ty, 103.3 WPKY.
Nicotine and carbon monoxide, formaldehyde, arsenic, benzene. I'm sure you've heard these words. We know nicotine isn't a cigarette, but did you know formaldehyde isn't cigarettes? That's an embalming fluid known to cause cancer. And arsenic, would you purposely take arsenic? If you smoke, you're exposed to all of these harmful chemicals and more. Your local health department can help you break the smoking habit.